Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing something a little bit, well, completely different, something I've not done on my channel before. I am going to be getting my toes out. Ta-da! Yeah, they're not the best. I just took off a set of like gelx kind of nails. So I'm going to be showing you how I do mine. I don't use like toe tips, I just use normal nail tips and just cut them down. So they are a little bit like scratched up just from where I've just taken them off. I am hoping you can see all right. This is like the hardest thing to do because I'm literally, my chair isn't high enough and I'm having to really lift my leg up on the desk. Otherwise I have to stand up and it actually does hurt your back. So I've got my little curing lamp just there that I've just clamped on and plugged in. So hopefully I can cure them okay. So the nail tips I am using is the 2B Glam. I'm using those for all of these, but the little one I have used a different nail tip because I needed a number 11, and 2B Glam only goes up to a number 9. So yeah, I got a smaller one out for this toe. So all I've literally done is I've just pushed back the cuticles. I'll just show you what I've done. I just pushed back the cuticles. I did do it off camera because, as I say, it's not the best sitting here like this. It's quite uncomfortable. And they don't need too much because I've just taken the set off a few days ago. And then I just used the scraper just to scrape round the sides and around the cuticle, but nothing's coming off because I've just done that. And then I just used a bit of acetone just to give them a bit of a clean. You know, make sure there's no oils left on there because I've just been touching them again. So I'm not a professional at doing toes, so please don't think that I am doing it perfect and copy me if it goes wrong. So I am going to use a little bit of dehydrator. This is just CJP dehydrator prep. You can go in with primer, but I really don't think that you need to. So I'm just going to be just popping a little bit of that all over the nails, trying not to like touch the skin if I can help it. My teeny, has anybody else pretty much got no nail on their small toe? I think everybody's like that, isn't it? So for my big one, this is a number 1, 2B Glam, just there. Ooh, toes, absolutely lovely toes on show. Oh, my leg is aching already. It's been like 2 minutes. This is the nail glue, but obviously it's not glue, you have to cure it. And I can't do it up because I cured some around the sides, so I have to keep it out on my desk. Oh, actually, I don't know if I want to use this one. No, I'm not going to use that one because it's nearly empty. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one. It's got no name on it, but it did come with a kit. I just can't remember what kit it came with. It's really thick as well. Okay, I'm hoping this goes all right considering how I'm sat, because this is going to be hard. Okay, so you don't need like a ridiculous amount, especially when your toes are quite short like mine. They weren't, they grew a lot. I had them on for about 4 weeks, so they do last really well, and I did have them on for about 4 weeks, and then I took them off. But I did trim all of them down because some of them had grew not as nice. I accidentally stopped recording. Some of them grew not as nice as the other ones, like as long as the other ones. So I cut them all down the same length. So I am going to be just doing it as like a 45-degree angle, pushing it down until that glue goes to the tip of your natural nail, if that makes sense. Just like that, trying to make sure there is no air bubbles in there. Otherwise you're going to get lifting. I mean, I probably will get air bubbles in there, considering I'm really far back. It's really hard for me to see. Okay, I just want to make sure that I can let go without any air bubbles seeping out. Yeah, so we are just flash curing it. And there is that one. Oh my god, this is so weird. Look at it. I want you to be quite close, but not like really close where, you know, you're too close, you know. Okay, so this one is a number 8, 2B Glam again. And I'm just going to double check that it fits sidewall to sidewall, and it does. So you only need like the tiniest bit, like less than what you would usually have if on your nails, a lot less on your actual like finger nails. Let's turn this back on. Oh, it is on. Okay, so let's get this ready. I like to push it up to my cuticle as well. There we go. Trying to make sure it's straight, but obviously your toes go kind of in on themselves. But I don't really want it to be like the nails to also do that, because it's going to look weird. So I do try and straighten the nail tips out if I can. Just hold that close just to make sure. Oh, my leg's hurting. Ta-da! Okay, what size is this one? I know I had to change a size. This is a number 8 as well, again 2B Glam. And a tiny little bit. Don't need too much. I don't want it to like overhang on my skin. You know, I don't want to be curing any of this on my skin. So let's get this ready. 45-degree angle and push down, just so it reaches the tip of your natural nail. Just like that. I didn't do a lot of prep because I'd only just taken a set off, so I didn't really need to do that much. Okay, let's make sure that's nice and close up like that. Okay. There we go. And then this is just flash curing them, and then we'll do a full cure in the lamp for 60 seconds. This one is a number 9, 2B Glam. This was the like smallest size that 2B Glam goes up to. So it was a number 9 for this one. And number 8 just didn't fit. So again, a tiny little bit, just like that, like the smallest amount. Okay. Oh, it can actually be quite difficult. And then up to the natural tip of your natural nail. That's where you want that glue to go. And then we will cut them down. They're not going to be this long. I won't be able to put my shoes on if I left them like this. Okay. Just like that. Ooh, see how this one goes in? But it's fine because I am going to cut it down. That one might have gone. See, look at that toe. It goes that way, but my nail goes that way. And if I'd done my nail straight, this part of it would have been, natural nail would have been showing. So, you know, you just got to work with what you've got. Again. Oh, this one is a number 11. And this is from that, is it Tamika kit? It's a Tamika kit, like a gel extension, gelx dupe kind of one from Amazon. And I think it was like 10, but it's etched on the inside, these ones are, so it's really good. So yeah, I think this was like £10 with Amazon Prime. So a teeny tiny bit. Right, I'm going to try my best to get my nail on this side, but it's going to be hard. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys can't see. I am actually trying my best. I don't even know if this is going to be on well enough, to be honest. because this nail is so short. Let me just push that down a little bit more like that. There we go. Okay, right, before we cut them, what we're going to do is we are going to do a full cure in the lamp because we don't want these coming off. This one I might actually need to redo, but I will cure it in the lamp first and see if it's loose. So 60 seconds in the lamp. Okay, so I am currently standing, which is really hard. I'm standing on my desk. So this one's absolutely fine. I have just cut it down because obviously they're gonna feel weird trying to see if they're loose doing it from the longest part of the nail. So I always cut them down. The rest of them are absolutely fine. So let's cut these down and then we will file them even shorter. Always holding the tip that, you know, your actual nail as well because of the pressure. Okay. There we go. Right, file. Okay, so start filing. I always go under slightly, not too much. And I always push the base of my toe, if you know what I mean, to make sure that this part isn't like digging in. So I'm just going to file underneath and lift it up very slightly. Just going to file down the side of it as well. I think that's okay. I might have gone in on the side bit there a bit too much when I filed. And I just made it worse because I'm a divvy. Right, okay. There's not any spillage around the cuticle, so that's fine. Oh, it's uncomfortable. I mean, that looks all right, doesn't it? It's straight anyway. And this one doesn't look too bad. Just very slightly down the sides. Doesn't need too much. I'm gonna have to sit down. So I had to sit down because that was too hard doing it standing up. Yeah, that feels fine. That one's, I always push the base to make sure that these bits, the nail tips, that like that bit isn't digging in, and it's not, it's fine. Just making sure it's like straight. And again, down the side wall of this one, just bringing them in very slightly just to make sure that they're not poking out too much on the sides. Let me see if I can just bring you guys in a little bit more so you can see a bit better. Piece overhanging. That one's okay, that one is okay. Tiny little bits hanging off though, so we'll get rid of those. This one's still actually like quite long, so we do need to give that one a bit of a decent file. Oh, okay. Down the side walls very slightly. I do need to keep dusting off because it's too hard to see if there's like a lot of dust on there. And you don't want to over file. Yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. And this one again is really long. So a lot of filing, well, not a lot, but, and just don't forget to hold the nail tip as well. You really want to make sure you're doing that. I don't know if I can trim a tiny little bit more just to make it easier with the filing. That's better. Okay, so I did have to do the little one off camera because it was too hard with your little toe naturally sitting that way. I had to do it off camera. So I am just going to give it a base coat, and then I will cure them fully in the big lamp just for 30 seconds. Doesn't need a full cure. When I paint them. Okay, so full cure 30 seconds. Okay, so I am just going to be doing white, you know, the general white. And it is going to be 2 coats as well because it does go kind of sheer. These might not come out perfect because I'm having to have my foot quite far away so you guys can see. It's hard actually for me to see. So they might not come out perfect when I'm trying to, you know, record at the same time. Because usually I would have my foot on top of my other leg and just kind of like bend it and practically snap it so I can see. Okay, there's one, that's not too bad. I have ordered some more gel polishes as well because I'm running out of like the blacks and whites, those kind of ones. So that's the first coat done. So I am going to go in and do the second coat, but I'll do that off camera. Okay, that one is done. So I will top coat and then I'm going to put on my is it from Body Shop? I can't remember. Okay, so it's top coat. This is just a no wipe shiny top coat, and it's from Born Pretty. Okay, so I will go ahead and cure. Okay, so they are all cured, and I have got orange foot balm from Lush. Sorry, that's where it's from. Orange foot balm, you just apply it like normal. And this is what I've been using whenever I do my toes. Just rub it in kind of thing. It is kind of like a greasy kind of feel though. I don't want to be touching my actual nails just yet because they have just come out the lamp. So whenever they've just come out the lamp, if you start touching and messing around with them, what's going to happen is you're going to take away that shine. You need to wait for them to cool down. But there we go. Look at that greasy. And that is what they look like. So it's nice and simple. Yeah, nice and simple, and don't they just look so much better? I mean, I don't know if this one looks a little bit big. From the side it does, but it does it does fit. I mean, I think if your little toe grew like that, that's probably the size it would be anyway. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!